What's up, guys? It's Crash. It's finally time to actually start Battlefield University and take a look at this game. Basically, we know that the beta is either going to be 2 or 4 days long, depending on, if you pre-ordered or not. Also, we're all busy people, so odds are most folks aren't going to get a lot of time with this beta. So today's video is things to think about and prepare for so you can get the most out of the beta for that short time that you have to play. So let's get right into it. I also want to be as efficient as possible in getting you this information. So while I'm talking about some of the things in this video that are a little bit more outside the box, I'm going to put some of the technical details of the beta that have been released in infographics already from DICE. I'm going to put those up on the screen. Pay close attention to the load times when it goes live. Pause these things if you need to, if you want to take a closer look at it. Pay attention to the keybinds for controllers and keyboards depending on your platform, because if it's like the technical test, which it could be, you actually could not change any of those buttons. So it might be a good idea to kind of get used to those and maybe change some of the keybinds if you're playing Battlefield to those to kind of get used to them already if you want to. I'll put up the PC specs, even though you can't get a new GPU, so hopefully you're good to go on that. But anyways, let's start talking about the beta, how to get ready for it, and some things that you need to know. So if you have not yet pre-ordered and want to get into the early access, it appears the cheapest way to do that is to get EA Play. They have really low introductory offers. Just don't forget to go back and shut that down if you don't want to continue to pay for it. But if you do have EA Play, it looks like you get early access to the beta. Again, those introductory offers are pretty cheap. Now, a lot of us have been playing other games. It has been a very long time since we've got any kind of new Battlefield content. I know you guys totally understand that. So we've been playing other games. We've been playing Warzone. We've been playing Valorant, Halo, Splitgate, all those different games. And now we're coming back to Battlefield. So there's a few things we need to think about to get us back in that headspace, because I want you guys to hop in and have fun with this beta. So the first thing, I'm just going to come out and say it, guys. PTFO. And if you don't know what that means, it means play the objective. All right, I promise you will have so much more fun if you get in there, work with your friends, work with the team, read the map, see where the team needs help, and take those points, get on those flags and hold them. I know a lot of times there's several types of game modes. We get caught up on kills. We just want to get kills. We want to sit in the back of the map, snipe. We want to get that KD high. I promise, guys, the kills will come. If you get on those flags, you help your team, you mix it up, you're going to get a high score. You're also going to get those kills that you want, but at the same time, you will also have a lot more fun. And if you care, your teammates won't get mad at you. But the game mode in the beta is Conquest. Everyone who's played Battlefield is likely familiar with this. It's kind of the bread and butter Battlefield. But essentially, if you have not, it's like a large, extra large, this time with 128 players, domination match. So the more flags you have, the faster the ticket bleed is. Essentially, each team starts with tickets that count for respawns, reinforcements, and there's a bleed. And the more points that your team holds, the faster the enemy team's reinforcements dwindle on top of the actual respawns they use as well. So that's Conquest in a nutshell. If you're new or might have forgotten, I'm old, I forget things like that. It's okay. So that's essentially what I would say, is just get in that headspace of working together as a team. We're going to talk about that a little bit more in a little bit, but just play that objective, guys, and I promise you'll have a great time. Now, another thing we need to think about is a few changes to the gameplay. If you guys are Battlefield veterans coming back, use that plus system. DICE is going to be looking for feedback, and plus system is one of the big new things in Battlefield. So use that thing. Try to change out your sights for different stuff. It's going to be the T key on the T key on the keyboard, and also the L1 bumper on controller to use that thing, and use it. Change your attachments mid-game and see if that suits your play style better, because honestly, it's pretty easy to forget that it's there. Now, vehicle call-ins are the other thing that work just a little bit different. That's the B button, or the right bumper, the B button on your keyboard, or the right bumper on controller. What that allows you to do is it brings in a tablet. You can call in the vehicle you need. The map is big. Orbital is a big map. and there's a lot of dead space in between. So use those vehicles to get to those flags that you need to take. The other thing that I touched on a little bit in that last one is teamwork. If you guys have a team now, unfortunately, there are no cross-play parties in the beta, but if you guys have friends that are on the same platform as you, hop on PC on Discord or get in an Xbox or PS party and work together with your friends. I promise you, you'll have a good time. Try to see what kind of specialists play off other specialists, use their abilities and traits to play off of each other to accomplish the goal that you want to. Say, hey guys, we want to run this side of the map. We want to stay on the A and B flags and make sure our team holds those by our points. So we're going to run that. I want to be anti-vehicle. I'm going to heal you guys, and just kind of get a plan together. And when you go in and you execute that plan, that's when you really feel the true joy of Battlefield, when you guys are working together. Now, if you don't have a lot of friends, I totally understand. I have a LFG channel, looking for group channel on my Discord. Link is in the description to join the Discord. I hope that becomes active during the beta and when the game releases. I would love, I have a lot of awesome people in this community. I would love to see you guys get together, play together, and have a lot of fun. Also, the Battlefield official Discord is also a good place to meet folks and just find like-minded people that want to PTFO, and I promise you guys you'll have a great time. A little bit unfortunate about the cross-play parties, but hopefully by launch that stuff is sorted out. Now, from a mechanic standpoint, if you guys want to practice for the beta, from my experience, my limited experience with the technical test and the most recent Battlefield titles that I have played, Battlefield 5 is going to be the closest movement-wise, with the sliding, jumping, and things like that, and basically the overall speed. Also, it's a very close time to kill wise. When I did my TTK analysis, I'll show that graphic again. When I did the TTK analysis, it showed that the M5A3 in Battlefield 2042 was very close to the Sturmgewehr 1.5. So I think if you guys want to practice, Battlefield 5 is a great title to do that in, because I think that's going to be the closest mechanics wise to this one. I think the recoil is going to be a little better. Don't worry about the random recoil, because it appears, especially based on the graphic, that we now have predictable recoil. So I think they've made some improvements, but the closest thing is likely Battlefield 5. And if you want to take it that extra step, you can match your keybinds to the one I showed at the beginning of the video and really get that muscle memory up. So the next couple things are kind of PC centric that I want to talk about, things to keep in mind. One thing you guys should do is update your graphics drivers, especially if you have an NVIDIA GPU. I think they're making several optimizations to the graphic for this open beta. Also, something very interesting, Windows 11, I believe it actually releases October 5th, and I would almost recommend, I don't have any prior knowledge on how Battlefield 2042 will run on Windows 11. That could be a completely whole new video, but I would recommend not upgrading your operating system just in case something goes wrong. I would not upgrade your operating system in between during a beta or anything important like that, especially if you guys are creators. It's just not a good idea to do something like that. So I would stay on Windows 10, get those graphics card drivers updated. On console and PC, make sure you have around 20 gigabytes. It's going to be somewhere in there to download based on the PlayStation leak. So make sure you have a little bit of space on that hard drive, and you guys should be good to go there. Another tip for my PC friends, and this might be taking it a little bit too far, but this is something that I have done and I'm probably going to use. I'm not sure if the sensitivity and things like that are going to be the same numbers that are going to be able to be taken from Battlefield 4, 1, or 5. But a quick way to get your sensitivity over is to use a little bit of masking tape on your desk or mouse pad. Now, you want to use like masking tape or Scotch tape. You don't want to leave a residue or anything. But what you can do is make sure you set your FOV to where you usually set that in games that you play the most. I say base these things off the shooter game that you play the most and are most comfortable with. You can actually put a piece of tape on your desk, line something up on the sights in your old game, move your mouse until you do a 360, put a piece of tape there, go back to the same like line corner of a building, ADS, and then move it another go back to the starting point, move it 360 and put another piece of tape down. What this does is it gives you your 360 distance for free aiming and looking around, and then it also gives you your ADS 360 distance. Then when you get into Battlefield 2042 in the beta, you can just hop in the base at the spawn, find a light pole, find a corner, find a tree, find a rock, something, and you can use those to dial that in and get that look around ADS, and also that, or excuse me, that look around sensitivity and that ADS sensitivity locked in right away. Back into the things that are for everyone. Sorry about that, console friends. I just would encourage you guys to try different play styles, try everything. If you're an infantry person, hop in a vehicle. If you like to drive vehicles, run around on the ground for a little bit, try all the different guns. Likely there's going to be there could be a meta specialist. There's probably going to be a meta gun, the strongest AR, or a really good submachine gun or something like that that's going to emerge, and you could just sit there and play with that all game. You could lock yourself into one specialist with a set of gadgets and a gun and just play. I recommend trying everything, guys. Do stuff that you wouldn't normally do, experiment. I mean, I'm personally, I'm going to run directly into the tornado and see what happens, or I'm going to stand underneath the rocket when the thrusters go off and see what happens for science. I just encourage you guys to test everything out. Don't get locked into a meta. I've done this before. I'm a competitive person. I get it. You find a gun that works well, you start mopping up the enemies, doing well, and that's what you want to stick with. But essentially, if you like to look at stats, I occasionally like to look at stats, look at my score per minute, things like that. Don't worry about it in the beta. That stuff's not going to carry over. So take this time to go to live free, do whatever you want, do some weird stuff, play that objective, but do it in different and creative ways, and try all the weapons, everything. So when DICE does ask for constructive feedback, you'll have a basis. You've tested everything out, and you'll have a good foundation of information to give your opinion on that. Finally, guys, a little bit of a shameless plug. Stay tuned to this channel for more Battlefield University content as the beta rolls on. I took off from work, so I'm going to definitely break down everything. I did weapon analysis of the trailers and the technical test, for heaven's sakes. We're going to look at weapons on this channel, lots of graphs. We're going to look at map guides and things like that. As there's breaking news that comes out of the beta, or things I think you guys should know about, or interesting things that are found, you can expect those videos to be made promptly on this channel. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. I don't ask that very often, but I think honestly it could help you. I want to, like I've said 1,000 times, guys, I want to learn this game, get better together, and enjoy it. Enjoy doing that. So thank you guys so much for watching. That's all I had today. I really hope this puts some thoughts and get your head going in the right direction, so when the beta gets here, you guys can have the most fun possible with the limited time that we have. Thank you so much for watching. Be a friend, tell a friend, and we'll see you on the next one.